everyone, and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm your host, Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me is Reverend Don Lewis.
Hello.
So, thank you, everyone who is joining us. As usual, if you have a question for us, go ahead and post it in chat. And we'll be happy to do a 3-card, more or less, reading for you.
Yes.
And how are you doing tonight, Reverend Don?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Lucas, good to see you.
Yes, indeed.
And I see I'm getting birthday wishes already. My birthday's not till tomorrow. That's interesting.
Happy birthday. Tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Renee. Yeah, I'll be 58 tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And Lucas has asked for a general reading, and Lena has asked for a general reading for the next 3 months. And Lucas is wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you.
The early happy birthday wishes are probably coming from people in other parts of the world where it's already tomorrow.
It is, although I got one already from someone who was in Texas.
Oh.
I know she's in Texas. And thank you, Hippie Janet and Anissa. I appreciate it. And y'all can sing to me next week at Lustration.
Yes. Oh, this is interesting. So my first card is the Ace of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups, followed by the Fool. And it's interesting because although it's not all aces, it's 2 aces and a major arcana. The Ace of Swords is a decision needing to be made, also good judgment. So I would say that Lucas is going to find a decision in the future that needs to be made, but that they also should trust their judgment in making it. With it is the Ace of Cups, which is happiness. They'll be happy with the situation. They'll be happy with its outcome. But there is an important decision. Then we have the Fool, and the Fool says that in making that decision, you can go any way you want to go. And, you know, sometimes that's the hardest choice to make when you have a number of different options and none of them is outweighing the others. But you can pretty much decide what you want to do. And it's time to take that first action and begin that path. And it will take you in new directions. And have the confidence to do it. Trust yourself and make the decision that your heart tells you. And there you go.
All right. So the first card I've got for you is the Fluffy. This card was commissioned by my dear friend Fluffy. You can see the wolf is missing a foot here. And Fluffy had to have 1 foot amputated. And he really took what a lot of people would see as a very negative event, and he used it to totally transform his life. He got a better living situation. He found his love. He's launched his career. He's really changed things around. So, uh, even if you are looking at what appears to be a negative situation, there is a way for you to turn it around. Next, I've got the High Priestess, and this is about consulting with your higher power, however you view that, as you are dealing with this situation. And finally, I've got the Three of Cups, and this is celebration. So things are going to turn out very well for you. All right. And then Lena has asked for a general reading for the next 3 months. And then, let's see here. We've got a general reading for next week for Renee. Hippie Janet wants a reading on her finances. And hello to Maria Scorpio. And she wants to ask Reverend Dawn a question, and you certainly can. Post it in the chat. And Swap Fan has a question, wants a reading.
So I saw in the chat room Kelly saying she loves these cards. And thank you, Kelly. And for everybody who is waiting for a delivery of the Tarot of Hecate, we've had some misadventures with our printer, so it's been a little bit of a delay. But I'm now able to announce a date. Around May 10th, we expect to have the cards in our hands, and they'll be mailed out to people at that time. So you can expect your cards soon.
Wonderful news. All right.
We
So
have at
we're
least
going
one person in the chat room who is waiting.
All right. So next is a general reading for the next 3 months for Lena. So the first card I've got for you is the Two of Pentacles. And here we've got someone learning a new skill. So you are going to be learning something new. We've got the Princess of Pentacles. And when this card comes up, I'm going to call it the Nike card for just do it. You're holding back on something you want to do, but you've got all the resources you need. So go ahead and do it. And finally, I've got the Four of Wands. And this card is about happiness and celebration and achieving what you want. So go ahead and go for whatever it is you're thinking about doing.
Okay, I have the Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands says, be very careful to maintain your focus. With the Prince of Wands, it's easy to be distracted, to be pulled off course. Can be scattering your energy in various directions. It can be just not getting anything done. So try to maintain your focus. Make an effort to do that. We have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords basically says that whatever you're worried about, you're making worse than it is. The Nine of Swords is called the Ghastly Nightmare card, and like a nightmare, it's only going to hurt you if you fall out of bed trying to get away from it. So don't try to get away from it, face it head on. You'll find it so much easier to deal with than you're expecting. So work on that focus and do not avoid challenges, but confront them head on. Then we have the Ace of Lamps, which is spirituality. And this says both that you should trust your spirituality and there are important lessons in this time period. So be open to those. And by way of Ryan card, we have the Prince of Lamps. And the Prince of Lamps basically is saying, don't take it out on yourself. If something is frustrating you, deal with it. Don't focus inside on it, but actually deal with the situation. Whatever you're worried about, again, is not as bad as you think it is. Deal with it head on, and you'll find everything else is going to be much easier. And there you go.
All right. And next we have Renee, who's asked for a general reading for next week. In my allergies, we've had an unusually high pollen count today. All right. So, Renee, I got the Fluffy again. Second time tonight. And when the Fluffy comes up, it's about taking what might be a bad situation and transmuting it into the change you want. I have the Nine of Lamps. And with the Nine of Lamps, don't overthink it too much and use your magic. And finally, I have the Universe. So you are coming to the end of a cycle here. So look for things to feel like a completion in the next week and get ready to start something new.
So the cards I have drawn are Past, Four of Lamps, and Queen of Lamps. And Past basically says that as you're going forward through this time period, you're going to be dealing with issues from the past. These could be patterns from the past. They could be issues that have just been hanging on and need to be dealt with. In this case, I want to say that it's important to release the past in order to embrace the future, and also to learn the lessons of the past. So pay attention to what worked for you and what did not as you assess the past. The Four of Lamps represents the future. It represents looking for ways to move forward, searching for the next path, moving forward, and seeking guidance in doing that. And you can see in the card, the moon in the sky basically represents divine guidance. So be open to that guidance. We have the Queen of Lamps, which again is a card of magic, of using your magic, using your own psychic abilities, your own magic to move forward in the way that you want to move forward. And there you
go. All right. And our next reading is for Hippie Janet, who has asked for a reading on her finances. All right, so the first card I've got is Strength. So I'm going to say this means you are in a good position. We've got the Three of Wands, which is also a favorable card. It also suggests that you may be getting help from an outside source. And we've got the Queen of Lamps, which is talking about using your magic, but also says you have the resources you need at hand. I am going to pull the Brian card. And I've got the Eight of Cups. So whatever you're worried about, it's not nearly as bad as you think it is.
And I have drawn the Sun, which is
Woo!
success and prosperity. So for a financial question, that's very good. With it, we have the Nine of Coins, which is standing on your own feet and being enough in yourself, being competent and possessed of everything you need. So the actual situation looks really good. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups says, yes, all that's true, but make sure you're seeing everything clearly. Make sure you're not having any illusions about things or any misunderstandings about things. Take a good hard look at them and make sure that you're seeing everything that's there, despite everything looking good. And then let us draw a Brian card, because of course we will. And I've drawn the Nine of Swords, which, what Mary said, whatever you're worried about here, do not psych yourself out over it. Just deal with it, and it will be fine. Overall, I'd say things look very good, but you will have to deal with some things here you'd rather not, but they shouldn't really be any major problem. And there you go.
All right. And hello to Janet Winston.
Hello, hello.
You're welcome, Lena. Charnette says beautiful cards.
Thank you.
Hippie Janet says the cards are calling me out tonight. LOL. They do that.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, and beautiful hat, says Benji. Which it is.
Thank you. Thank you, Benji. It's one of my favorite hats. And Magical Mermaid says she can see, they can see a change in me. And you know what? I am feeling considerably better. I got a shot for arthritis and it worked. I'm feeling much better.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Where are we on the list? Maria Scorpio has asked for a reading and has posted a lot of information about her ex is flirting with someone and telling her that he wants to be with her as well.
Okay, but what is the question?
So, how long is that relationship with the other person going to last?
So that's the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the question. Or is the relationship with the other person going to last?
And this is for?
This is for Maria.
Okay.
It says she's not interested in being in a triangle.
Well, I'll tell you what they say. First card is the Princess of Coins. And the Princess of Coins, I'm going to interpret this to say that Maria knows what she needs to know. And probably already knows what she really wants to do with this and should trust that and go with it. The Princess of Swords, or I'm sorry, the Princess of Coins sometimes often represents being ready for anything but holding back for some reason. It could also be saying just stay away from the situation. But I think it's saying that you already know to stay away from the situation. It's followed by the King of Cups. I think that I would not look for this to be a short-term relationship. King of Cups is happiness, can be romance. Followed by the Prince of Cups, which is emotional expression. So I would say, as far as that relationship goes, it does not look to me like it's going anywhere. So if you don't want to be in a triangle, I would stay away from it. And there you go.
First card I got was the King of Wands. Wands are about passion. So it looks to me like that relationship is not going anywhere. And I think my next two cards are for you. I've got the Eight of Lamps, which is about starting over and finding a new direction. And I have the High Priestess, which is about consulting your higher power for guidance. And honestly, I wish I could tell you something different because I know it's not what you want to hear. But if you're not interested in being in a triangle, as you say, then this is not where you need to be. It's time to move on.
Yes.
But I wish you all the best.
Of course. As they say, there's lots of good fish in the sea.
There
Certain
are.
amount of trash also, but lots of good fish. Okay, who's next? Who's next?
I am looking. All right.
And Maria says, so you believe they will be a long term? I believe that, yes, we would be saying that.
Yeah. We are saying that they would be a long-term relationship. All right. Benji has asked for a solution to my connection problem reading.
What does that mean?
Yeah, can you clarify that? Is that connecting to other people, Benji?
Or are you looking to us to fix your internet?
Yeah. I can't fix your internet. Not by doing a card reading.
I would assume it
Although
probably is connecting to other people, but let's see what Benji says.
I once fixed somebody's crappy internet connection by unplugging their Ethernet cord and cleaning out the dust.
And Lucas says increasingly less fish due to industrial overfishing and increasingly more trash, unfortunately. Now, personally, I was blaming it on the manosphere, but we can put the blame in many places.
I was talking to my husband about, what's his name? Nick Fuentes.
Yes.
Fuentes, and he said he couldn't stand to watch him because why would he listen to a guy half his age?
Well, there's that.
He was a total idiot anyway. And Kelly Harris has asked for a general reading for next week.
Okay.
Hi, Benji. Benji says it dropped as you mentioned me. So, what is your connection issue? Is it about your internet connection or connecting to other people?
Yeah, since it dropped as we were mentioning them, perhaps it is about the internet connection.
Okay, is your question a reading about why your internet connection keeps dropping?
Or about connecting with other people?
Interpersonal. Okay. We will do Benji's, and then we will go back and do a reading for Kelly. Being forbidden for love on both ends. It's gonna say, make sure there's no dust in your Ethernet port. You'd be surprised.
Remind me of the actual question.
Why? Yes, Benji, it's coming through. We see you. Could I get a solution to my connection problem?
Okay.
He's having a problem with romantic connections.
Well, first card I've drawn. Oh, go ahead.
Well, the first card I've got is the Four of Swords, which is about taking a rest period. And there's an old Phil Collins song from the early 80s. You can't hurry love. No, you'll just have to wait. So one, don't rush it. So let things take their course. I've got mind here, which sometimes suggests researching your issue, which is kind of an intellectual approach. So I drew a Brian card and I got the Queen of Cups, which is about being at peace with your emotions in a lot of ways, being happy. So I'm going to say learn to relax with your emotions, learn to express your emotions better, maybe what you need to do. But the final card I've got is the Happy Family card. So I'm going to say that ultimately you are going to find someone that you can have a good relationship with. But it does take patience and it does take work to develop and keep a good relationship. And I'm saying that from the point of view of my husband and I have been married 20 years and we've been together 21 years. So nothing worth having happens overnight. Also, if you are attracted to women, do not refer to women as females. We don't like that.
Where did that come from?
I didn't see him say that. I'm just saying it's fairly common in a certain part of the internet.
Oh, back to the manosphere we go.
Yes, so I'll just free advice. Don't call us females.
First card I have drawn is the Ten of Wands. Or I'm sorry, yes, the Ten of Wands, which is a situation preparing to end, but dragging on a bit. So again, be patient, let it take its time. It is coming to an end. And that is the period of difficulty. So trust the process, give it the time that it needs, and go forward. It's followed by Temperance. And Temperance is creating new things out of old things. I'm almost inclined to say this is saying that you need to look at how you relate to things, how you relate to yourself, how you relate to other people, and kind of reinvent some of it. Try some new things. Try being who you are, but perhaps in new areas, perhaps in new ways. And then we have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is past influences. And I'm inclined to say that what you really need to do to move this forward is deal with whatever past trauma may be present. You can do that in a variety of ways. You can do it with a soul retrieval. You can do it with a burning. You can do it with any number of different magical acts. But you want to release that past trauma in order to allow yourself to move forward. I'm going to draw a Brian card, because of course I am. Then I've drawn the Princess of Swords, which is careful communication. And that kind of comes back to that idea of reinventing or revitalizing yourself. It's saying, look at how you communicate and focus on saying what needs to be said and avoiding what needs not to be said. Polish that skill, and it will help.
And Benji, I owe you an apology. Benji says, I'm not a man. Definitely don't call women females. Hee hee hee. But good display. Good
Sorry about
disclaimer. I apologize, Benji. Alrighty. Who do we have
I need to take
next?
just a moment. I will be right back. Continue without me.
Okay. All right. And now I know we are doing a reading for Kelly. And oh my goodness, we skipped SWAT fan. All right, Kelly, SWAT fan. Hi, Joey. So we will do a reading for Kelly, then SWAT fan. And then Selma.
Okay.
Okay, so Kelly, then SWAT fan, then Selma. Kelly and SWAT fan are general readings. Selma wants a reading about the new job that they were offered last week.
Well, congratulations on the offer. Or I guess we'll see what
Yes.
sides have to say about that, but congratulations either way.
Luke wants to know, where are all these other people interacting? Well, everybody can post in the chats on the platform they are viewing us on. We send
As
out
long as
to
it's not the personal page.
as long as it's not our personal page, and I'm watching my personal page on my phone. So we post to several pages on Facebook and YouTube, and we are using a platform called Restream to do this. So Reverend Dawn and I can see all the chats because we're using Restream, so we can see them all at once. And Maria, I don't know if we're going to have time to come back to you. We have at least 3 people ahead of you. Hi, Jason.
Oh.
And yes, we can do a general reading for you. Benji says, how fancy. Yes, we are fancy like that.
So my first card for Kelly is the Two of Wands, which says that you're going to find yourself going in some new directions and doing some new things, new beginnings. Followed by the Queen of Wands, which says that these will be good for you. You will feel invested in them, you'll feel good about them, and they will produce well for you. Produce good things in your life. They will also bring about a certain amount of transformation. Not necessarily suddenly, but it will come. The Death card represents death and rebirth. And it says that, yeah, it's new directions that are really going to ultimately be very transformative for you, but not necessarily immediately. And I'm going to draw a Brian card for you because we can't forget Brian. Now, I've drawn the Two of Coins, and the Two of Coins is being very, very busy, learning new things, doing new things, having more going on than you know what to do with. So, assuming you enjoy that, everything looks great.
All right, the first card I've got for you is the Five of Lamps. And the Five of Lamps says there are new revelations coming to you. So be ready to find out things about your situation you were not aware of. I have the High Priestess for the fourth or fifth time. I wish now I was keeping a tally, but she's active tonight. So everybody get in touch with your higher power. But especially Kelly right now. Spirit guides, deities, however you see that. And I have the King of Wands. And this is about your passion. What drives you? That's what you need to focus on. And I did pull a Brian card. And I got the Eight of Cups again. And I have been shuffling, folks, really. But what that says is whatever you're worried about, don't be. It's not nearly as bad as you think it is. All right. And now we need to do a general reading for Slot Fan.
The first card I have is Mind, followed by Soul, followed by the Stars.
Wow.
So, all major arcanas. And the first thing I would say, so the situations you're facing in the near future, you want to keep your mind involved. You want to think your way through, not just feel your way through, but use your analytical mind to understand what's going on. Sometimes we don't really think about things. This is not that time. You want to be focused on trying to understand what you're dealing with. The soul says that the things that you're dealing with are very important to you spiritually and very important in terms of your life's purpose. I don't know if it looks like you're dealing with anything terribly important, but you are. And so you want to make sure that you're giving it your best. And then the stars represent meditation and spiritual guidance. So pay attention to your spiritual guidance, let it help move you forward. And the things that are happening at this time are ultimately going to be very important to you. Then we had an escapee in the form of the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is usually a rest or a timeout period. So it may be that not a lot will seem to be happening, but a lot actually is happening. So be aware that there's more going on than it appears to be. And there you go.
Okay. So I have got the Nine of Wands, which says that you may feel like things have been stuck and not moving for you. But that's about to change because I've got the Chariot. So when the Chariot appears, that means things are going to start to move, and a lot of times they move quickly. I also have the Seven of Swords. So this means that you can get what you want, but you may have to fight for it. So be prepared. And I'm going to draw a Brian card, and I get the Six of Wands. So this is happiness and achieving your goal. So even though things may be difficult for a period of time, keep your goal in mind and keep working towards it, and you will get there. Benji wants to know what a Brian card is. Google ain't helping. All right. Reverend Brian often reads with me, and he and I started pulling a Don card because Don always pulls an extra card. Reverend Brian is recovering from surgery right now, so we are pulling Brian cards in his honor.
Exactly.
So
what is our next question?
So our next question is for Selma. And she wants to know about the job offer she got. And congratulations on the job offer.
Yes.
Okay, what just happened here?
I don't know.
I have no idea what.
Okay.
There we go.
All righty then. So for my first card, I've drawn the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is happiness. And for a first card, that looks awfully good. Followed by Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is learning from past experience. And it says, lots of happiness around the situation. Remember everything you've learned. Things that have worked for you well in the past will work for you well again. Things that did not work for you well in the past will be best avoided in the present and the future. Learn from your past experience. You can't always trust your past experience to forecast your future experience, but in this case, you can. So pay attention when you see something that seems familiar, because it likely will play out the same way. Followed by Fortune. Fortune is getting a little help from the universe. It's very positive. And taking the three of them together, I would say that it's going to be a good situation. You'll be quite happy with it. So I would go ahead and do it.
First card I've got is the Princess of Wands. The Princess of Wands often holds herself back from acting, and it's not a good idea. I've got the Prince of Wands, which suggests there's unfocused energy, but you need to focus that energy. I have the Tower, which is transformation. And I have the Queen of Wands, which is passion and being happy with what you've chosen. So overall, I'm also seeing that this is a good situation, and don't hold yourself back. So I hope that's helpful.
It's interesting. Every now and then, as we read these cards, I'm reminded of the process of creating them all those many years ago.
I'm sure.
When you held up the Princess of Wands, it was a strange deja vu moment because of the way the light hit the card. And for anyone who isn't familiar with the story of the Tarot of Hecate, it was originally done in black and white. Back in the 1980s, when getting a tarot deck published was very much more difficult than it is today. Not that it's free of difficulty today, but my publisher, Gemini Press, was willing to do it as a black and white tarot. So that's what the original artwork was. It was 20 odd years later when we colored them and brought them into the new century. So what's our next question?
Jason's asked for a general reading.
All right. A reading for His Grace, the Right Reverend Jason.
Who calls me a hobbit?
You mean a fellow hobbit?
Well, he did once call me a hobbit, so.
Okay.
And give me a great big hug, but yes. Yeah. I will say he's one of the few people I'll let get away with calling me a hobbit.
Him and Brian. I would never call you a hobbit.
Thank you.
However, if I do happen to do another cartoon strip, don't be entirely surprised if you're transporting a ring somewhere.
If I'm what?
Transporting a ring somewhere.
As long as I'm wearing a fancy hat.
Oh, I can do that.
All righty. Well, okay. Well, Jason, I got the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. So I think there's some conflict around you. However, you aren't going to come out of it on top. Because I did get the 6 of Wands. So weather your way through it. And I am going to draw the Brian card. And I do get the 6 of Cups. So there is a relationship from your past or some sort of past influence that is also affecting the situation.
It's the week before illustration. I can't imagine where that would be coming from.
Yeah, I know. It's not like everybody isn't from the Corellian tradition is not
About to converge in one place.
Converging in one place as much as we can.
So my first card is also the 5 of Wands, which is conflict, either inner or outer. I think I would look for this to be environmental. But it's followed by the 10 of Coins, which is happiness and solid grounding and success. So Yeah, there's a certain amount of conflict going on, but everything actually looks pretty good. And it's followed by the Five of Lamps, which is searching for renewal, searching. Well, that was weird. Searching for inspiration. So I would say everything looks good, although there is a certain amount of conflict around it. Let me draw a Brian card for no reason whatsoever. And I've drawn the King of Lamps. And the King of Lamps is meditation, trust in self, being an island. But basically it says, relax. Relax, meditate. It'll be fine. No one's going to kill each other, I don't think. It'll be beautiful. And there we go.
All right. Jason says, I'm a fellow Hobbit. We have to stick together. Yes, we do. All right. We are at almost 10 o'clock. We're going to do readings for Brandon, Luke, and Jazz, and that's going to be it for the evening.
Okay.
Because I have to get up and go to work in the morning.
Yes. And I have dinner waiting for me.
And Brandon actually did not post a question. So Brandon, if you'll post your question, please. And while we're waiting on that,
okay.
Let's see. Luke has asked for a general reading, so we'll go ahead and do that.
And this is Luke, not Lucas.
Yes, this is Luke. Entirely different person.
Okay. So, my first card is the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins, more weird things happening, pardon me. Seven of Coins is kind of considering the future, looking at a variety of possibilities, having a variety of choices, having to decide which one you want. And you can see the little man in the picture is kind of withdrawn into himself, considering all the possibilities before him. That's kind of the position that you're likely to find yourself in. A lot of possibilities, but the big question, what do you want? It's followed by the Chariot, which is moving forward. So as soon as you make that decision, as soon as you embrace what you want, you'll find you'll go forward on it very quickly. And then third card is the Ten of Wands, which also says that this will involve a lot of change. So once you've made that decision, it will move forward quickly and it will bring a lot of change to your life. It's probably going to be a little bit of a wait before you make the decision, but once you've done it, everything will move forward quickly. And let's draw the infamous Brian card. We've drawn the Princess of Swords, which is careful communication. So that says that while all this is happening, think about what you do and do not say. Make sure the things that need to get said. Make sure the things that maybe you shouldn't say, you don't. And pay attention to to anything that you're signing or dealing with where wording is important. And there you go.
Okay, well, I have the Four of Swords, which indicates kind of a rest period or things have been moving slowly for you. I've got the Five of Pentacles, which suggests you need to be careful when it comes to finances. Don't be throwing it around. Make wise decisions. And I have the Queen of Cups, which is being in a good place with your relationships. And I'll draw a Brian card. And I have the Six of Pentacles, which suggests getting some help improving your circumstances. So I hope you find that helpful. And Jazz has asked, what boundaries do I need to establish with people and myself?
Okay.
All right.
I not quite sure how the cards will answer that, but let's find out.
Yes. Mm.
Well, the first card that I've drawn is the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins has to do with money and prosperity. So I would say, in terms of boundaries, you probably need to establish some financial boundaries. Be clear with yourself of what you are and are not willing to do for yourself and others in terms of finances. Rather than feeling your way through it, think about it in advance and set your boundaries. We also have the Four of Wands, which is success. It shows a wedding, but it isn't necessarily a relationship card. It's a card of success and celebration. Celebration in community. Very positive card, but in terms of boundaries, I think I would take this to be indicative of perhaps being careful how freely you broadcast your feelings. And finally, we have the Magus, which says you can do whatever you want to do. The Magus is the magician, the ability to work your will in the situation. And it says that in dealing with boundaries, ask yourself what is important, what you need for your security, and you can really set that where you want it. Both in terms of what you need and what the effect will be. The Magus is the card of working your will in the situation. So set your boundaries to keep out what you don't want. And that would be the advice of the cards.
first card I've got is the Six of Pentacles, and here we see someone giving money to someone else. So first boundary, financial. It is okay to say no. I can't help you right now. Set your boundaries about how much help you can actually afford to give. Then I've got the stars, and here we see somebody meditating or perhaps astral traveling. And I'm going to say for this one, set a boundary around your time for your spiritual practice, whatever that is. Decide when you're going to do it, and don't let yourself be interrupted. The next card I've got for you is the Eight of Wands. This is about a situation that moves quickly, changes that move quickly. And when it comes to boundaries, simply put, when things change for you, go with it. Don't let anybody else stop you. If things are changing for you in a positive direction, don't let somebody else drag you down. And I'll pull a Brian card, and ooh, I got the Chariot. Things are going to change for you quickly when you establish boundaries. And as a bit of advice from my own life, when you establish boundaries, people will tell you that you are mean and unsympathetic, and you're just not being cooperative anymore. Screw them.
Yes.
Do what you need to do for yourself. And Jazz says, financial boundaries with people and tell them don't take advantage of me, right? And also set time for meditation.
Yes.
Exactly.
And Benji says, thank you, witch buddies. That works for me.
You are very welcome, Benji. And we are not going to have Tarot Thursday on April 16th because the Corellian lustration is April 17th through the 19th.
Yes.
It is our major gathering, and my shrine is hosting it. And I will be very busy that day, including picking people up.
Yes.
As they come in. So I will not be here, but we will be back on the 23rd.
Yes.
So
if we all survive, which we will.
Yes. So thank you everyone for joining us. And
you.
Can you close us out with a prayer, please, Reverend Don?
I can do that. Divine Mother Goddess, Divine Father God, beloved ancestors, we come to you with love and thanks for all that you do for us in our lives, and we ask you to help us, to have the guidance that we need to make the decisions that we need to move us forward. Help us to hear the voice of Spirit, whether through divination or meditation, or through whatever form, and help us to go forward in joy and peace. Beloved Mother Goddess, beloved Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you. Knowing you're always with us, still from respect, we thank you for your presence, and may you be blessed now and always. May you be blessed now and always also.
Blessed be everyone.
Blessed be.